orange curly hair.
Like that is.
That was natural too. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I always like to talk to my audiences before I start. And so I'm going to tell you a story. It's true, every word of it's true, but it's really hard to be funny in another language. I'm hysterical in English, but you know, so go with me. So anyway, so I'm going to tell you the story about the 2 nights it took me to turn 40. Okay. So it was May the 19th, and I was in New York, and I was at my favorite club, Heartbreak, and I was sitting with my best friend, Polly, and we were sitting on these red leather banquettes. They're kind of like round things, and then they've got big tall guys on the back of them, and we were kind of sitting on the top of them, and we were very perched, and we were looking cool. So all I thought was, my God, my dress is up to here, my top is down to there, and all I kept thinking was, oh my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot. Well, I was just about to make Moonstruck with Nicky Cage, and he was 21, and I looked younger. Just saying. So anyway, Polly and I were having a great time, and just looking around, and I just was so excited, because I thought when you turned 40, you just kind of crumpled up into, I don't know what, dust and blew away, but no. So anyway, we're having a great time, and I'm looking around and blah, 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 and then I think, oh my God, I've just seen the cutest guy I've ever seen. So he and I were like flirting with each other all night. It didn't work, so I got bored and I went home. And I was staying at my friend's beautiful hotel, and he had just gotten out of jail is the short time and prison is the long time. He'd just gotten out of prison, and it was for tax evasion, like you do. And he was letting me stay there, and it was really sweet of him. He owned Studio 54. So I went to sleep dreaming beautiful dreams of being 40, and then in the morning my telephone rang, and at the other end was a man, and he said, "Hi, Cher, it's George Miller." And I said, "Oh, hi. George Miller is the man that directed Witches of Eastwick." So, yeah, well, don't clap. All right, so he said, "I just wanted to call you and tell you that I don't want you in my movie, and Jack and I, Nicholson, we don't think you're sexy and you're too old." Yeah, see, aren't you glad you didn't clap? So I just thought, oh my God, good morning, 40. And so it was terrible, and I started crying, but I didn't want him to know, but these tears were streaming down my face, and well, this was going to be my big break, and I couldn't believe he was calling me on my 40th birthday to tell me I was too old and not sexy, and that Jack Nicholson agreed with him. So the tears really just kept streaming down my face. Usually in Hollywood, if someone calls to insult you, they just do it and then they hang up. But he was from Australia, so he just kept going on, and he said, "I don't like the way you walk, and I don't like the way you talk, and I don't like anything about you." And I just said, "Okay, fucker." Yes. You know, I said, I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood, and I won the Cannes Film Festival Award for The Mask. Yes. You didn't find me under a rock, click. But still the tears were rolling down my cheeks, and they were just kind of streaming, and then I thought, oh my God, these are fabulous tears. No, they were like this, and just kind of coming down, and if you looked over to that side, you kind of looked like a Madonna. And not the blonde one. At that moment, this is all true, I swear to God. So at that moment, my my kids come in with a huge birthday cake and 2 bellboys. And so they come in, and I'm being a Madonna screaming, and they go, "Mom, you're crying. Why are you crying?" And I went, because sometimes when you are older at a woman, not really old, but just a little bit older, and you're happy, sometimes you cry because you're so happy. You cry from happiness. And they said, okay, and I said, all right, go along, we'll have cake later. Anyway, oh, I forgot to tell you something. All right, so, anyway, you know my friend with the beautiful hotel? I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. All right. Now, here's another thing. Now, this won't seem like it's going to tie in. It's really not going to seem like it's going to tie in, but just stay with me. I have a good performance coming up. You know, let's just suffer through this together. All right? So, okay. So, anyway, oh, I forgot the name. You guys have a really big star that has a TV show. What? I'm obviously not anywhere near that name. Anyway, it was some, all right, so in America we have a big host of a show, and his name is David Letterman. So, that's all you have to know. So, oh, Vernhulst? Is that his name? Kurt Van Hulst? Okay, but you know what he is. Well, so in America we have someone like him. And he had always wanted me to be on his show, but I had never wanted to be. And so now I can come over here. Oh, you guys are probably so confused. Okay. So 3 days before my birthday, David Letterman's show called and said, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, I'd love to for $28,000. So he said, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. So anyway, I hung up and he called me back in 20 minutes and he said, okay, you can have the money. And I was like, cha-ching. So I paid my bill and my friend was happy. So, but while I was on the phone with the producer, he said to me, Cher, so tell me, why haven't you ever wanted to do our show? And I said, well, because David's very funny and he's very smart, but sometimes if he has a guest on that he doesn't like, he can be kind of an asshole. And the producer agreed with me, and we hung up. So it was the night of my birthday, and I went on the show, and I didn't look very cute for some reason, but whatever, that's not important. So I was sitting down with him, and he was sitting here, and I was sitting here, and he was sitting here. He was being funny, and I was being funny. He was being funny, and I was being funnier. And then he said to me, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to be on my show? And my mind exploded, because in those days you couldn't say any bad words on TV. So I'm trying to think of like, what can I say and how can I couch this? And I'll be a liar and he'll know it. And as I'm thinking this, without even knowing, out of my mouth came, because I thought you were an asshole. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years. Anyway, we became friends, and it's okay because he sends me birthday cards every year, you know, and they're kind of old lady-ish, but they're nice. And he always writes a beautiful sentiment in it, you know, in script. And script is a thing we used to do a long time ago. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, well, you'll never need it. All right, so anyway, so this one he sent me, and it was really lovely, but then I opened it up, and at the bottom it said, P.S. my mom always liked Sonny better. So I thought, well, he obviously is still pissed off. So that was then, and I was 40, and this is now, and I'm not. And I always tell people my age, not that I like to, but I hate to, but I always think that I want young women to know that they can grow up to be whatever they want, even if they want to look like this with blue hair. Or anything they want to be. And then I always want to tell older women, what are you doing? Come on, get up, do something. You know, keep doing what you're doing. Get some blue hair. So anyway, but, all right, so I'm 73. And I wonder sometimes if it's, you clap because I'm still alive or because I can still get into my costumes. All right, so before I start this extravaganza, I just have one thing to say, and that is, what's your granny doing tonight?